Life has fucking been lifing. When I say everything that can be possibly going wrong is trying to fucking go wrong. And somehow, I'm still here. I am still fucking here. Don't ask me how I do it. Don't ask me how I'm doing it. Shit, I don't even fucking know. I just know I'm doing it and somehow I'm doing it well, I guess. Some people seem to think I'm doing better than I am, but I'm not. I'm doing well enough. Well fucking enough. I don't know. Life is just so fucking interesting. This is gonna be a random ass episode today. Not really gonna hone in on any main topic, but I got a lot of topics and a lot of shit on my docket that I want to get into. So that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. Let's go. Linkinwitrobby. So dude hit me in my DM, right? And I'm just like, all you niggas freak out, and that's just all it is. First off, girl, fuck him. And you are now listening to Linkinwitrobby. What's up? What's up, everybody? It's your boy Robbie K, and I am back again with another one. Episode 28. Episode 28. Boy, we getting closer and closer to the big 3-0. And then we gonna hit the 5-0. And then when I hit 100, bitch, I'm gonna really feel like him. Do you guys not understand that most podcasts statistically do not make it to their 10th episode? People tap out, people burn out, people lose ideas, people lose interest in it because they think it's a cash grab. So they jump into it thinking they just gonna take right off, and then after episode 3 or 4 they realize they don't, so they quit. Bitch, I'm still here. I've been here consistently every fucking week, and I'm not stopping. I know I say this a lot, but I've been wanting to do this for so many years, and it took me having to really force myself to just fucking do it. And I'm doing it. And for those that listen and those that support me and those that are checking me out, that's whether you guys are checking out my old shit, my older episodes, the first one that first started coming out. Maybe y'all are just not listening to them and you're getting caught up. Or maybe you just jumped in somewhere along the lines, or maybe this is your first episode you're hearing. But welcome. Welcome to all the new listeners out there. Welcome to all the people that just listen to a minute and just keep going. We love you too. Honestly, truly, how I'm doing mentally, I'm okay. Could I be a lot better? Yeah. But I know most of the issues I have right now are minimal. They're not nothing detrimental that's really going to leave me depressed and strung out. Like, most of the time, most of my issues, they could be solved with a check or me rolling up or me jacking off. It's usually one of the three. So usually I'm depressed because I'm broke, and I'm usually broke because I just paid my bills. Let's get together. Let's make sure we're clear on that one. I got a job, 9 to 5, baby. So usually I'm depressed because of financial issues, or I'm lonely and I just need some attention, which usually goes away once I bust a few nuts. It may take maybe 3 rounds of that, but eventually it goes away. Or I just need to smoke and watch Friends and laugh. And I know I didn't get into this, but I have to get into this. How's everybody else doing? I talked about my mental, but how's everybody else doing? Because right now it's a shitstorm. I am pretty sure a lot of people are going through things. And if you are, tap your neighbor and be like, hey, bro, I know you're going through something probably. I'm going through something. We gonna get through this shit, all right? I don't know, something simple like that. Something like light work. Do something like that. Just be there for a fellow person. Sometimes all we really need is somebody to be there for us. Sometimes all we need is somebody to check on us, see how we're doing, to let us know that we're still on their mind and that they give a fuck. It's hard to get people to do that these days, but honestly, truly, that's all a nigga be needing sometimes. Sometimes it may seem like I'm down and out and I don't know where I'm going to make it out or how I'm going to find a light at the end of the tunnel. And sometimes it just takes a friend or somebody to let me know, hey, you doing good. Keep it going. don't stop. Or letting someone hear, or someone telling me, hey, Robbie, I'm proud of you for whatever you're doing, for you being responsible, for you handling your bullshit, whatever you're doing, I'm proud of you for that. Sometimes that's what you need. That validation to let you know that, okay, I'm on the right track. I'm on the right path. I'm not completely lost, even if it feels like that. So even if you do feel like you're lost, you're on a path somewhere, okay? You may not know where you're heading, but on the way there, try to pick up as many lessons and life lessons and things that you can learn and grow from while you're on the way there. It's rather simple, You just want to treat your healing journey as not only just a time to heal past trauma and pain, but to learn and grow from that trauma and pain. That's all it takes sometimes. And I could be a little harsh with things, and I could be a little bit brash when I say things, but I do have a compassionate heart. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine. Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine who, friend, I don't know, associate right now. I'm not sure where we are right now. I cut people off day to day. People piss me off or do something wrong, and then I stop fucking with them for a few months. But so whoever this person is that's in limbo, I was talking to them and they was letting me know that I could be a little bit spiteful. I'm a bitch. I could be a little rude and abrasive. And truth be told, all that is true. But I also can be really lovable. I could be goofy. I could be hysterical, dramatic, fun to be around, a bright, bubbly spirit. And yes, I have a darker side. I'm a fucking Gemini. I'm not one side ass bitch. I'm very multifaceted. So when it comes to me and anything that derives from me, yes, you may get different things, but you get what you give me. As a Gemini, we show what we show. Sometimes people can't take because it's a mirror. We just give y'all what y'all give us. If you don't want our bitchy, moody, evil side, don't show your evil side to us. If you want loving and caring and compassion and sweet and soft, you can get that if you give that to us. It's very simple. A lot of people seem to think it's very complicated, but it's very fucking simple. If you want me to be nice to you, be nice to me. If you want to be a friend to you, be a friend to me. If you want to be loyal to you, show me loyalty as well. Because the minute you show me that we are not on the same page, I will flip that bitch. I will turn to another page, and you're going to have to keep up and understand where I'm at on the book. Because at that point, we ain't on the same sync. We ain't on the same wavelength. And baby, you're not going to have me fucked up out here like that. I refuse to embarrass myself sitting here giving to somebody who ain't giving me the same in return. And no, don't do it for the simple fact of, getting it in return. But don't let nobody take advantage of you. And a bitch ain't going to take me for granted. You're not going to take me for granted. You're not going to use me. You're going to manipulate me. I'm not a resource that you could just tap on when you need. Nah, I'm not a lifeline, bitch. And I refuse to be one again. You gonna die fucking with me thinking I'm gonna be your lifeline. You gonna just straight up just pass away, unalive, flatline, straight up. Okay, so for example, right? I had a friend who I recently fell out with. They're the type of person that's very passive aggressive. Now, when it comes to me, I'm not passive aggressive. I'm not. I hate doing that. I'm not a shady person. I'm not going to throw subliminals and stuff like that. Anything I say is how I truly feel. It's what I really mean. And I'm very honest and open about my thoughts. Very outspoken. And sometimes it's detrimental. Sometimes it can really mess my life up at times. Because I can say the things that I should not be saying. But it's how I really feel. And you're never going to have to wonder how I feel. You're never going to have to second guess and think, does he really care like this? Or does he really give a fuck about me? Or does he really like me? You will know. So I had a friend who I fell out with because, needless to say, they basically felt as if I wronged them in some way. And instead of talking to me like as an adult about it, they were shady in their responses and their conversation. Mind you, the day has gone by since the incident. We're having casual conversation. I'm not even realizing it's really an incident until every 5 seconds I'm realizing there's a shot at me and it's referencing the issue. So I call it out. It becomes a big argument, and then I proceed to go on Facebook and make a post. Now, mind you, the post was very general. It was just simple to the fact that, like, I'm single, I'm not in a relationship with anybody, no one can police my body, and I can suck, fuck, slurp, swallow, eat, ride, toss anybody I want. And can't nobody say anything about it. And that was just a straight up fact. And it wasn't just because of him, because many people have assumed that they think they can police or tell me how to act or try to dictate who I am. And you can't do that. I refuse to be put in that box. I've played that role. I've been submissive before. I'm not going to be that, especially to somebody that's just a friend to me. That is insane to me. As long as I don't cross you, and as long as I don't disrespect you, and I don't be sneaky and move funny around you, and I keep it real at all times, don't do no shady, passive aggressive shit with me. So when I made that post, he decided to make a bigger post. And this was a little bit direct. And it was certain things said in the post that I was like, hold on, bitch. You can't play the internet game better than me. What are you doing? Because if I respond, I'm going to put everybody on blast and make everybody feel like shit. So you know what I did? I not only responded, I reshared the post. Because since you want to get the likes, since you want to get the attention, I'm going to help you. But I'm also going to add my 2 cents. And I'm going to take over the narrative. Because, see, that's something a lot of people don't realize about me. I'm very calculated and I'm very smart. Okay? Anything I say is something I've already felt. And I've probably already said to your face. So now I'm going to say it into your face in front of everybody else. Now I'm going to embarrass you. And that's exactly what I did. Embarrass you. Now you have to delete the post. And now you have to go home with your tail between your legs, wondering why mean old Robbie hurt your feelings. Not thinking about the fact that you started it and Robbie just fucking finished it. I refuse, and I'm talking in third person because I'm really feeling it. I refuse to take the high road. I just don't want to do that anymore. Like I've explained to him, because we was talking about it the other day, because we've been trying to rekindle our friendship, and we was talking about it, and he was just like, I just never thought you would go low that way with me. And first off, my first response was like, do you not know me? And my second response is like, you can't keep taking digs at me and think I'm not finna just like hit you back with a whole AK. You have me fucked up. Like, nigga, I will blow your face off. I'm not gonna allow you to sit up here and think you're gonna just take little quick ass shots and it's just gonna be us playing little games all day. I'm grown. I'm not doing that. I'm going to shut you the fuck up and I'm going to shut you down. And if that ain't going to work when I take it there, I'm going to take it even further. And we can keep going until one of us tap the fuck out. And that's just how I am. I'm going to learn my lesson one day. But that day ain't today. It's not today. And it ain't going to be no time soon. I'm just going to be honest with you. I just am the type of person that if you take it upon yourself to attack, to belittle, to make me feel less than, disrespect me, or try me in any way, I'm going to make you feel those same feelings 10 times fold. Call it wrong. Call it immature. Call it childish. It can be all of the above. Select option E. I wouldn't give a fuck. The point is, don't try me if you don't want to get your feelings hurt. And then everything could be good. Because most of the time I give my friends grace. I give my friends way more grace than I give people I don't fuck with. If you are somebody I fuck with and I hang with, I'm going to let slight shit pass. Stuff that I wouldn't let pass. Like you saying shady stuff or you being rude or disrespectful or even you being upset at me for anything stupid and minuscule, I am going to let it pass. When it crosses over to the boundaries to the point where it's like, oh, this has been going on too long and I've allowed it to pass too long. So now I'm going to blow this shit up. I'm going to explode and I'm going to put it on there. I'm going to put it all out there, put it on the flow, and we can go from there at that point. And that's just how I am. I can work on it. I'm pretty sure. But right now I don't feel like being a soft-spoken bitch. At this point, I don't feel like being some nigga that's just gonna let somebody run over them and do what they want to do. That ain't finna be me. I don't need no nigga that bad. I don't need no friend that bad. I don't have a lot of friends. I'm still breathing. I don't have a lot of friends. My bills still get paid. I don't have nobody to go out with sometimes. I'm still handling what I gotta do. My life is still progressing. I'm still focusing on what I need to focus on. And if you can't add to that energy in a positive manner, hell yeah, get the fuck out my circle. Move along. If that means I end up in just be me and my circle by myself, then that's just how it is. When the right energy will be attracted. The rest of the energy, it can be pushed away and that's fine. The universe didn't want that in my life in the first fucking place. So, whoop-de-doo. Now to go on some other topics on my docket. Y'all know I was covering the Diddy trial at one point, right? You know, his sentencing was just last week. And I think it's only befitting for me to touch on the sentencing and the time that he got served. So, they gave him 50 months. Which is basically 4 years and 2 months, 48 months, 2 months more, 4 years and 2 months. A little bit more than I thought he was gonna get. Honestly, I thought he was gonna give him a slap on the wrist. Once he didn't get the big charges, and he got the smaller charges as far as the guilty charges or whatever. I didn't see him actually getting any more. I didn't see him getting the whole 20. I didn't see him getting 11 years even. I saw maybe 5 at most. So 4 years and 2 months, that's right up the alley of what I expected. And I think most likely eventually he'll be out and within 2 years. So honestly, it is what it is. It's a bit of a slap on the wrist. It's crazy that he had events lined up for next week. Well, I guess this week, actually, because that would have been, this week he had events lined up in Miami, like press events. Sir, who the fuck told you he was getting out? Who had you told? See, that's what pissed me off about him. You're so arrogant. The hubris that you have for you to think that despite you having guilty charges, you sitting here thinking that, oh, okay, well, even though I'm guilty, and I know it's my sentencing, which means I'm going to get some type of time. Maybe they're just going to give me probation and I'm going to be able to go do what I got to do. Nigga, no, you're not. You're going to sit down. And if you don't understand that, they're going to make you understand that. I think the 48 months, because I don't even think he's going to do 50 months, to be honest. I think the time he got is enough time for him to sit down and reflect on what the fuck going on. He's going to appreciate everything he had because he's never had to really face any consequences. This is the first time he's had to face some sort of consequences, even if it's not a lot. I'm pretty sure when he get out, he gonna scream justice warrior and he gonna pretend like it was a black man that was targeted by the government and all kind of bullshit. Nigga, you was doing some slimy ass shit. You ain't get busted for everything. You didn't get locked up for everything that you were doing. I'm sorry, allegedly. But dude, you still have some consequences and you're gonna have to face them shits. I'm sorry if you feel like you shouldn't have to, but guess what? You do, and you will, and it is what it is. So sit tight, buddy-o, and enjoy the show. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to do some time. You're gonna have to do some time, Diddy. Just like Shine had to do some time when he shot that gun for you. Yeah, you're gonna have to do some time. And it's just that simple. Like, what's up with these niggas thinking they're not going to jail for things? Like, I know the government is out of control, but no, baby, you don't get to do what you want to do. Now, on to speaking from, even though this ain't nothing from our, my black community, but an adult film actor called Austin Wolf, because since we was talking about crime and people going to jail, let me speak on this case because I don't think I've ever touched on this and I don't think anybody know who he is. Austin Wolf is an adult film actor, right? Okay, so with him being an adult film actor, well, he's a former adult film actor. His real name is Justin Smith. Austin Wolf, Justin Smith, I guess, have to have a stage name. We all got it. Cavalli's not my last name. But, hey. Anyways, He was arrested in April 2024 after federal authorities uncovered approximately 200 videos, 200, 200 videos containing, according to People magazine that is, child pornography in his Manhattan home in June 2025. He pled guilty to enticing a minor to engage in sexual activity. What is going on? Like, what is going on? Why do you have 200 videos of child porn? Are you okay? Is you cool? There's so much porn out here. It's a mental issue because you really are focusing on the younger people. And to have that, I don't even want to know where you find child porn. Like, I have so many questions. It's just, at least he pled guilty and he tried to fight it like Diddy. He was like, look, y'all caught me red-handed. I'm going to jail. But that's why he got the time he got. Because on Friday, September 26th, just last Friday, he was sentenced to 19 years. Yes, the big 19. 19 years in prison on 2 counts related to child sexual exploitation. This shit is getting out of hand. You're a porn star, which means you're a former porn star. Let me be correct and be politically correct about it. You're a former porn star, which means you have the access and the resources to get to any other pornography or to have whatever sex you want to have. You're not limited, dude. Find some your own age. And considering that it says you're a former porn star, I'm going to assume you're old as fuck. So why are you looking up child pornography? Why do you have 200 fucking videos? Why are you even interested in that? I really think it's a mental issue people have to look into. But from what I gather, this is so common in society, period. For some reason, child pornography and child exploitation and just all of that it's just too much. Minor stuff with minors seems to be such a focal point these days. Or it could just be that it's finally being revealed because, as we know, this stuff has been going on for years. And I guess people now got it on their phone instead of their computer. You know what I mean? And it's easier to get caught that way. But it's just some things you have to wonder, like, what the fuck going on? What happened to you as a child? What attracts you to these kids? Like, these minors. Why do you want them? Why do you see them in that way? The amount of, like, rich people, successful people who has the time to have archives and backlogs and hard drives of child pornography. What the fuck? What is going on? I know I talked about, kinks or whatnot a few episodes ago, but this is just, what the fuck is going on? Hell, I was just talking about young niggas, YNs, above age, baby. I prefer them to be 21 and up. And even when I did mess with one, I was 20 years old. I was in my 20s as well. But even I felt that was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm messing with a preschooler. I felt weird about it. So to be invested in anybody that's a child, I can't fathom it. I can't figure it out. I don't understand the concept of it. You can't be that horny. It's a psychological issue. We don't know what the fucking issue is. And I need you to go see the lady. Like, go talk to that therapist and figure out what the fuck wrong with you. Why are you into that? Why are you doing that time in jail? I need you to see a therapist every week. They need to be doing that. I don't know if they have those kind of programs, but for people that go into these jail programs, like people that go to jail and federal prison and stuff, for these crimes that there's clearly something mentally wrong with them, they need to be fucking seeing a psychiatrist. They do. I don't give a fuck if they sitting there every week and not say a fucking thing. They need to go talk to somebody. Somebody need to talk to them. because it's fucking weird. And I don't want him to go in there and then get poked up and then he get killed. He's not gonna learn his lesson that way. I need to understand these people so we can understand how to prevent this and how to get rid of the ones that's here. We need to be able to spot these creeps. They're out here. You hear the stories about uncles and stepdads and fathers and grandfathers and aunts and grandmothers, and you hear the story about older adults messing with younger minors, assaulting them, molesting them, doing things they have no business fucking doing. You hear these stories about that, and it's been brushed and swept under the rug for years, decades. And I'm so glad we have social media and we have cell phones and technology that just exposes it all now. You can't hide that shit no more. You can't hide it no more. So let it all out. Expose that shit. Just expose it. Let's go ahead and expose all the groomers while we're at it. And while we're at it, let's talk about Vinny. Vinny Watson. He is an entrepreneur. I'll give him that. A digital influencer, activist. At least these are the things that was on his bio and on Instagram. I'm looking at his IG now, so I'm getting that information. I know of Vinny from seeing him with, damn, why don't I remember his name? It's gonna come to me one day. It's gonna come to me. But it was a young boy that was really popular on Tumblr days. Back when I used to love Tumblr and I was always on there. Segue. My ex Shaquille be on Tumblr now. He still be sitting up there posting all them Hispanics and all them Latin and light skinned and white men and pretending like he's one of them. And it just makes me laugh every time because nigga, you's a nigga. I don't care how many Jerry curls you put in your hair and how many times you bleach your skin. You is a nigga. But anyways, cause that shit's just weird to me. But yeah, back on my Tumblr days, I used to see Vinny like do like little videos and little funny little freaky shit. And he had like a younger dude who was fresh out of high school, going into college, who deemed himself as straight. I've always wondered if it was a gay for pay kind of thing because Vinny was clearly his trick. He was his paymaster. He was taking care of him. He was advancing his career, his modeling career, and all that good stuff. And it seems like he's continued to do that with other people as well. And I say that because apparently he has a gay family, or maybe he's in a ballroom. And of course, usually with gay ballroom culture, there's also gay families as well, right? And in this gay family, I guess he has a gay son. And he decided to finally go public with dating him. And it was an outrage on the Twitter. It was outrage all on the social media and all the apps. And everybody was talking about it. It was a big discourse. But let's stop first. Because although what he is doing is perceived as grooming because you're supposed to be a father figure and you have a younger guy who's clearly just above age, barely. And you're molding him to be your man. Got it. This is something I've seen ever since I stepped on the gay scene. When I was in high school and I was learning about gay families, it was always this. It wasn't even unspoken. It was loud as fuck. Everyone always talked about how in the gay families, the gay moms, which really be men, the gay dads, the gay brothers, the gay kids, everybody be fucking each other. And I used to believe it was maybe like a stereotype. But when I started actually getting to know people, when I really started paying attention, yeah, it wasn't just a stereotype. A lot of that shit was for real. Yeah. Let me get into that more deeper. I'm gonna have to get into that more deeper. Give me a second. Let me just take a sip. Be right back.
Okay. Whatever that means. It's getting weird.
So it has to be said. It has to be stated that a lot of times these gay families, and let's just be frank about it, a lot of these gay families don't really move and act and actually maneuver as a family. So a lot of times they do mess around with each other. A lot of times the gay dad and the gay mom is fucking the gay child. You know what I mean? They are having sex with them. They are pursuing relationships with them. There's too many times I can count where I've seen that happen. When you have a nigga and you're supposed to be able to trust him with his gay dad or his gay mama, but they sucking dick in the back of the house when they supposed to be spending quarterly family time. They having sleepovers and they sharing beds with each other and doing things under the cover. But you the one with the trust issues because you don't trust them, or because you ain't dumb as fuck and you aren't naive and you can see clear as day that there's some more shit going on. Do you know how many people I know who has a gay brother they fucked? And when I say gay brother, I don't mean like biological brother that's gay. I mean in the gay family sense, that you have the same last name and, you know, the evangelista like pose. You know what I mean? Y'all fucking, but y'all supposed to be a family. So when y'all go to the ballroom, it's all, this my sister, this my brother, this my cousin, this my uncle, and all this other stuff. And y'all twin. But then after party, at after hours, it's dig, ass, suck, let's play. And when a lot of times, I speak for myself, when I was younger, I wanted a gay family so bad. I was a jit. I was a fucking jit. I was like 16, 17. I wanted to be in a gay family. And a lot of times you want to be in those families for the community. You don't get the chance to be around a lot of people that are out, a lot of people that you could be mentored by or guided by. Problem is, when you think they're mentoring you, when you think they're guiding you, they ask you to get in their bed. They want to play with your hoe. They want to suck your dick while you sleep. And these be grown ass men, and you a little ass boy. So a lot of times, honestly, truly, these gay families and these quote unquote gay parents are grooming young gay adolescent people who, one, don't have a community, probably don't have a family to go back to, don't have any support system, have nowhere else to live, and they supposed to be looking up to you. But you really want them to look up to you when they're on their knees. And that's an issue. It's grooming. It's predatory. And it's taking advantage of somebody that's young and don't know any better. They're coming to you for guidance and support and love and compassion and to have that family. And what you're showing them is that, oh, we could be family, but we also can fuck together. Oh, we could be family, but we also can fuck each other. But don't tell nobody. And it's always the ones that you expect to be doing it. That I'll say that because, you know, some people want to say it's always the least suspected ones. No, it is always the ones you expect. It's always the ones that you're like, I know how he get down, and he's keeping his gay son around everywhere he goes because his gay son, he can take advantage of, he can use him or whatever. And sometimes they use these titles like gay dad and gay mom and gay father and gay sister and gay brother, whatever, just for code so they can do what the fuck they want to do. And it's really played on my mental. It's fucked with my trust issues because when I meet a guy and he's like, oh, I got a gay brother, gay mom and all that other stuff, I side-eye. I do. I side-eye. I start looking at it like red flag. And I got to ask the questions. Have y'all ever messed around? Have y'all ever fucked? Has there ever been a drunken night when things went too far? And if the answer is yes, how the fuck are y'all a gay family? You know that's incest if it was a real family, right? So y'all have these very weird ideas of what a family is, because if you seem to think it's okay to fuck your family members, that means you think incest is okay. And even though it's not biologically by blood, it's supposed to be representing a newfound family. Not one that you were born with, but one that you created. But I didn't know y'all created it so y'all could have a bathhouse. I thought y'all wanted to have a loving house of family and love, like the house of pains or something, not the house of play. Like, y'all really turned this shit into a playhouse. And I've been a part of gay families. I've tried it before, and I wouldn't say that would be the reason why I stepped away from it. I just never really got the sense of a genuine family. It was always mess. It was always sex. It was always drama. It was always something going on. When I would be in my relationships and people in their gay family would be upset and jealous of my relationship with whoever they deem as their gay relative, that's suspicious. That's suspect as fuck. Because that's what that's telling me is that me being here, I'm disrupting whatever the fuck y'all going on. Whether that means y'all go fuck bitches together, or I'm fucking up y'all fucking with each other. That's not gonna work for me. I don't know if that's gonna work for a lot of other people, and it might work for other people. It ain't gonna work for me. You can't give me the okadoke. You can't just tell me that shit. Oh, it's cool. I'm finna go hang with my gay uncle. Okay, where y'all going? Well, I'm finna go spend the night with him. Whoa, the fuck? Your gay uncle is 28 and you 23. The fuck going on? Why you having sleepovers at the age of 20? Why you having sleepovers with grown men that are 40? Just say you're going to fuck. I'll respect that more. So I never took the gay family shit serious. So I don't get alarmed when I see gay sisters and gay brothers fucking around, because I just assume that's what's already going on. My mind is already jaded to think. Like, I'm jaded as fuck. So I'm already thinking that's what you're doing. I'm already thinking that's what y'all are doing. Y'all are fucking in y'all spare time. But when the age comes into play, that's when things get weird. When y'all be 40 years old, past y'all 30s, and y'all got a 12-year-old following y'all around, it's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Unless y'all are actually treating them as a child, you know, respecting boundaries, not doing nothing that's out of line, nothing predatory, nothing sexual, nothing in the slightest. You're not grooming them, and if you're actually guiding and mentoring, that is different. But that is so rare to see that, honestly, truly, it's sad. Because a lot of you older dudes are using this as a ploy to get younger gay niggas who are impressionable, naive, and willing to do whatever just because they want to be loved, or they may just want attention, or they just want support. They just want to be around you, so they go that route. Some of these kids have never even done things before, barely done things before, barely have sex, and you already trying to take advantage of them. It's weird. A lot of you niggas are weird, and I don't think enough of y'all are told that. But y'all are weird as fuck, and that's why I don't really fool with a lot of y'all. That's why I don't play them gay family games. I've had moments when I wanted to have a gay child, but that was when I was young. I wanted a gay child because I thought I wanted a gay family. I thought I wanted that whole dynamic, that whole family tree, and all of that, everything that comes with it. The group, the clicking, the community, the unity. You think you're going to get that, and then you realize that's not what it is. This is just a place to hang out. And what comes with hanging out is drugs, fucking, and drama. Relationships, all that. And I just don't understand it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. But to each his own. Everybody say they have their own families, and some people say they don't do that with their gay parents. So me and my gay mama don't do that. All right. I bet she's seen your dick before. I bet she's seen that ass before. I'm just saying, and I'm sorry, allegedly. Well, I ain't gotta say allegedly. Who the fuck I'm talking about? I ain't talking about nobody in particular. So, yeah, no. I ain't gotta say allegedly. But it's a fucking problem that needs to be addressed. And it really doesn't help because there is a stigma and there is a stereotype that a lot of us gay men are predators, pedos, the R word. They just look at us as creeps. And I'm not gonna lie, niggas like you that do that type of shit, that look around for the youngest and the youngest of the youngest niggas to raise just so you can raise them in the bed, y'all give it the rest of us a bad name. Y'all make it hard for the rest of us. And that's why me growing up, I was told by everybody, gay families, they just fuck each other. And it has me jaded because a lot of y'all proved that theory to be true. I don't think y'all know y'all did, but maybe y'all did. And it's not cute. And it's not to say that there's something wrong with the age gap. I do think some age gaps are okay. I think it just depends. If your age gap is you're 34 and the child is barely 18, look at yourself. You need to look at yourself. You need to do some self-reflection. Why the fuck is this nigga turning you on? What do you want in that child? It can't be nothing but lust. It cannot be nothing but lust. You're attracted to them. And maybe it's some more of a psychological thing that you feel like you can manipulate and control them. But that's wrong. Again, that's grooming. Now, if you're 40 and they 30, 25, 26, 27 even, okay. They've had a little bit of time as an adult, legally, to make some better decisions for themselves. And if they choose to mess with you and be with you, hopefully you guys may have something more in common. But when y'all start messing with these 15, 14, 16-year-olds, that is out of control. And that is coming from somebody who was, when I was 15, 16, 17, talking to the amount of guys, because at the time, back then, I'm for to show my age. Back then, we had BGC Live. And you had to be 18 and up to be on it. I was on there at like 17, so I wasn't 18 yet, but I was on there. Maybe I was on there when I was 16. Had to be. Anyways, I was on there inappropriately, and I was always honest with the guys. When I would meet a guy, I would tell them straight up, I'm not 18. I'm 16. Do you think them old niggas gave a fuck? That made them want me even more. They saw it as a challenge. They saw it as, oh, you're fresh meat. You haven't been touched. That's what they would always say. They're like, oh, you ain't been touched yet. Oh, you don't know what it feels yet. And at the time, I'm looking at it like, yeah, I got me a grown man. As a child, we don't know no better. Let's be real. So I'm looking at it as, I'm like, I got a grown man. I got a nigga that's, you know, he tough, he older, he got more wisdom, he wise and all this other stuff. Not realizing that that's not a great thing. That means you the dummy in the situation. You're the naive one in the situation. And they're going to take advantage of you. There's been so many situations where I was with grown men that I had no business with. None whatsoever. Like, there could have been times I could have really gotten myself caught up into some shit that I would have regretted. It reminds me, I was 16, right? And this is one of my nights when I wanted to sneak out. I had met a guy off of BGC. We had exchanged numbers, had been talking for a while or whatever like that. He was cool. Well, at least I thought it was. I went to his house. We linked. It was successful. He fucked me. Whatever. Came back again maybe like a month or two later. Did it again. This time when I went over there, I didn't feel comfortable. It hurted more. Mind you, I'm young. Like, this probably was like the second person I ever had sex with. So I was super tight. Like, I wasn't open. I wasn't experienced. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just getting fucked. All I knew how to do was clean myself out and make sure I was good to go. You know what I mean? Hell, I'm sneaking out going to the other side of town, far away from home. I got a phone, but this is way before sharing locations. This is way before mom could even track me. She didn't know I was even out of the house. So mind you, I go to see this dude's house, go to this dude, whatever. He was 32 at the time. I'm 16. He's 32. I go to his house, and he in the bathroom. Something tells me to go look at his ID. I go look at his ID. That's when I saw that his name wasn't what he told me his name was, and that his age was really 32 when he told me it was 28. So I was like, okay, creep vibes. We try to have sex after he take a shower, and I just was not comfortable. It hurted. It really hurted. And I kept telling him it hurted. He kept trying to force it. I kept telling him I was uncomfortable. He kept saying, I already basically got it in there. Well, it don't fucking feel like it. It hurts. So stop. You think he wanted to stop? No, he didn't. He wanted to keep going. And it got to the point where I kind of had to push him off of me. And he got pissed off and said, oh, okay, so you're going to waste my time? Get out. He picked me up from my house. I lived on the other side of town. It was like 2 o'clock at night. And he's telling me to get out. I left pissed off, mind away. I was real pissed off. He literally put me out of his house. I'm walking outside. I'm crying. Also, pissed the fuck off because, nigga, did you just put me out your fucking house and I'm a child? Where am I supposed to go? I had no business being here. I was sneaking out and now I'm scared. I'm texting my best friend at the time because whenever I used to sneak out, I would always text her and be like, hey, I'm finna go do this. And I would give her the address and let her know where I'm going. That was the least I could do. And so I would keep her updated. So I'm letting her know. He just put me out because I didn't want to have sex. So I'm outside walking around looking for a brick to go fuck his car up. I see him driving. At this time, I'm calling my homeboy and I'm telling him to come pick me up, my god brother. I'm like, hey, can you come pick me up? He was like, I'm at PH. He was at Parliament House at the time. So I was like, okay, well, it's around 2 o'clock, so the club about to be over. He was like, yeah, when I leave here, I can come get you. Great, cool. Because I need to get back home. He pulls up, the dude that put me out, pulls up to me and say, get the fuck in the car. I don't want to get in the car. But again, I'm on the other side of town. He brought me over here. I'm kind of like, have no choice. So I get in the car with him. As soon as I get in the car with him, he snatches my phone. I'm asking him to give my phone back. He won't give it to me. He proceeds to take my phone, delete his number on my phone, delete his contact, delete any message thread we have of each other. Then he tossed the phone back to me and blocked me. He said, hey, I don't want to ever see you again. Don't ever come back. You wasting my time and all that other shit. Mind you, the whole ride home, I'm crying because I've never been so humiliated and I felt so helpless. I couldn't believe that he made me feel like that. I felt like, okay, I didn't feel comfortable. And instead of trying to make me feel comfortable about having sex, or instead of trying to take your time with me and whatever, all you could think about is, well, the last time we did it, you was able to take it. And the fact that you can't take it now, I'm putting you out. He doesn't understand how hurtful that is. Even though you pull up next to me and you tell me to get in the car as I'm walking out of the complex, finna walk home, you put me in your car. And then you take my phone and then you get rid of your number and every evidence of us ever communicating. So now I'm sad. I'm crying. Then when I finally get to the destination, mind you, I've never allowed him to know where I stayed, but he knew the neighborhood. So he would drop me off on the street corner and I would walk home from there. Because I didn't want him to pull up at my house. One, I was sneaking in and out. So I didn't want anybody to know I was going back to this house. And also didn't want nobody at the house to know I was sneaking back in by a car pulling up. You know, trying to cross all my T's and dot my I's. I thought I was smart. Clearly not. I put myself in this dumbass situation. And when we finally get to the car, he says, get out. When we get to the stop. Real aggressively, get the fuck out. I get out. And before I get out, I'm so pissed. I got his door. I slammed it so hard, you would have thought the glass was gonna break. That's how hard I slammed this fucking door. I just felt like I did my big one. I was like, fuck him, and I slammed the door and walked away. Man, he put that car in reverse so fast. All I saw was headlights. He was gonna hit me with the car. And he stopped just before he hit me with it. And he got out of the car, grabbed me, Mind you, he was a grown man, about 32. I'm like 16. You think I'm small now? I was small as fuck then. He grabs me, picks me up, puts me on my neighbor's fence, like off the ground, yokes me up, and literally slams me on the ground and tells me don't ever fucking try him again or he'll kill me. That was the biggest wake up call. It scared the life out of me because I didn't realize how in danger I was at that age. I could have been killed. I could have been assaulted. He took advantage of me in a slight way, but I could have really been hurt. And I went home. Mom never found out I snuck out. Got away with that. But I was traumatized. And that's just one moment in my life where I realized as a young child I was not mentally prepared to be putting myself in these situations. I'm thinking I have it all figured out. I think I'm crossing my T's, dotting my I's. I'm safe. I'm good. Even comfortable enough to even slam his door like that, not realizing the harm that could have put myself in. And it just made me wake up. I never went back and hung out with him again, never saw him again. We had words that we exchanged over the phone over the next few days because, me, drama. But yeah, and it just really makes me think of younger kids who also get put in these situations and they get caught up in situations. And it's really sad and scary because things could happen to me. Speaking of like things happening to people who are younger, the whole David and Celeste situation, I have been keeping up with this case since day one. The minute I saw the TMZ post about a deceased body or dismembered body being found in his frunk, which is the front trunk of a Tesla. David is a singer. I'm not gonna call him an R&B singer. He's more like an alternative pop singer or something like that. Try to listen to his music. It's not for me. It's very weird and emo. Way too emo for me. And I like emo music sometimes. I like melancholy shit. Even down to the David type shit with him. We're still finding out more and more. But to find out that the body that was found in his trunk of this 20-year-old man was a girl that was 14 at the time of her death. And when her body was found was a day after her birthday. Or a day before her birthday. I can't remember, but it was right around that time. And she was just turning 15. Well, would have been turning 15. And to think of the fact of the things we found out to find out through TikTok investigators and detectives, because the police has not, the LAPD, they haven't really released a lot of information to tell us too much about the nature of their relationship or their friendship or whatever the fuck it was. To know that she was possibly like 11 or 12 during this time, to know she was possibly 11 or 12 at this time is asinine. It's crazy to realize how people older really do manipulate younger kids who have not matured enough, who don't have the wisdom, who don't have the mental capabilities to realize a red flag when they see one. What does a grown man have in common with a 12-year-old? I'll wait. Nothing. Nothing good is coming from this case. I've been waiting to speak on it because it's still not a lot of details we have that are confirmed from the LAPD. It's just a lot of circumstantial or a lot of theories and rumors and not even a lot of information from the family themselves. So I've been kind of sitting on this, but regardless of the matter, there was some type of inappropriate relationship going on that landed her deceased. And he's probable to me. Even if it's someone in his camp, he's probable to me. Because as a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, of course, if a famous person who you've seen on Fortnite and TikTok and, you've seen him being big on, Twitch and stuff, of course you're going to go want to be around them. Of course you're going to want to be in a relationship with them. Of course you're going to think, oh my gosh, I have my ticket. If Chris Brown had hit me up when I was a child, I would have chased him all over the world. But I would have been wrong to do that. You see what I mean? And I don't know any better. So he would be even more wronger, to even think it's okay to partake in that and to take advantage of my innocence. That is what it is. Your innocence is being taken advantage of. And you're naive. You're new to the world. Everything is exciting, glittery, bright, and rainbows. And here comes this dark figure who is giving you attention, who you may feel like understands you and your family don't understand you, or kids around your age don't understand you. And you cling to that. And they're taking advantage of that. And it happens to so many people that are that young. So many people get taken advantage of because they're just too naive or too nice and they don't see it coming. The whole Celeste situation is just terrible, and I send my prayers to her family, her loved ones. She could have been a troubled child. She was a runaway. All that can be true. But that man took advantage of her. And I'm going to say allegedly because he hasn't been pressing no charges and he's not been labeled as a suspect. But she was found in your trunk, bro. The fuck she was doing in your trunk. And who put her there? Let's get to it. We got to figure it out. And so I've been keeping up with that case. And I'm going to figure out what the fuck going on. And when I do, best believe, I'm coming back to y'all with a real update. When they finally give us some more details, I'm going to do a deep dive on it. Because y'all know I love my true crime. I kept up with the Diddy case. I will be keeping up with this one. I like to keep up with anything that has anything to do with anything that's like sexual in nature or relationship driven or anything that relates with those topics. And this, even though there's nothing to confirm outside of rumors and speculation, there was an inappropriate relationship here. Whether sexual, lustful, or quote unquote romantically, even though I don't know how that can be when he's 20 and she's like 14, 13. But okay, cool. Let's pretend. Anything like that, any of those type of cases, I'm going to touch on my podcast. I'm going to dive into on my podcast more and more. I really want to do a real deep dive on some true crime stuff. I really want to do some deep dives on like some porn industry stuff that we don't speak about. The things that go on behind the scenes. Really get into some deeper and darker stuff that I don't always get into because sometimes I keep it light and I want to talk my shit and pop my shit and really do my big one and have fun and really just let this be a moment of me having fun and letting out. But there are some things that I do have to have a responsibility to talk about, and I will be touching on more of those things. Not right now, but I will. Especially this case. Once I get more information, and it will come. I do know in the next coming weeks, more things are going to come out because by then, the toxicology report will be out. Because she was found on September 8th, so that's a little bit less than a month. Got to give them a few more weeks to finish their investigation to make sure the medical examiner can really determine the cause and manner of death. So we can really figure out what the fuck going on around here. So we can rule out overdose and we could talk about what it probably was. But yeah, honestly, just there's so many things that are passionate on my heart. As someone who previously was going to school for psychology and wanted to do something more marriage and family related or social work related, I truly do care about society around me. Especially my community, whether that's the black community, the gay community, the youth, anybody. Like, I care about people that need to be watched out for. The minorities, the people that aren't spoken for, the oppressed. I care about that type of stuff. I care about those people. And I'm going to always want to fight for them. I'm going to want to speak for them. I'm going to want to vouch for them. I'm going to want to look out for them because they don't always have people looking out for them. You know what I mean? They don't always have somebody that's making sure they have the best decision making skills, or if they have the best interests, and if someone's always looking out for their best interests, you know what I mean? There's not always someone out there looking out for their best interests or making sure they're good or making sure they're straight. And that's what I want to be able to be. I want to be that beacon of hope. If I can be that, that is what I want to be. If I can make an impact on this world, a positive effect, a positive impact, something that says something more than just the glitz and glamour and fame and attention and the clout. Yeah, that's what I do this for. And eventually, I'm going to do more episodes that focus on that. More episodes that hone in on the things that are more important in our community, that are impacting us more. I'm always have my shits and giggles. I'm always do my episodes where I'm being messy and just talking shit and spilling tea. But there's also going to be some moments where I'm going to have some serious talks, some serious discussions, bring up some serious topics that don't always get discussed. And grooming is definitely something I'm going to have to get deeper into because I really want to do some research into it. And that'll probably be like a deep dive episode, which I do plan to come soon. I haven't announced when I'm going to start doing those episodes, but those deep dive episodes will be something I'll drop on like a Saturday. My main pod will drop on Wednesday, and then I'll drop like an episode on Saturday, but that'll be like once a month thing. I think I'll do a once a month deep dive. So that way that gives me a month to really do the research and really do a deep dive into the rabbit hole about what the fuck is going on in my nation, or what the fuck is going on in my community, or what the fuck is just going on around me. Yeah, that's something I'm going to do, and I'm not afraid to do it. I'm excited to do it, and I can't wait, actually. I hope it's something you guys are going to be interested in. If not, shit, y'all still have the main episode on the Wednesdays that y'all can check out, that y'all can laugh and kiki with. And if y'all don't want the more serious stuff and the more deep stuff, then cool. But I'm going to start reporting some stuff because there's been a lot going on in the fucking world. And some things I feel is too serious for the main episodes, the main pod, but I'm going to have something dedicated just for that. Just for that. So, for those who didn't already understand from the get-go, this was a very random episode. I just touched on a lot of different topics, a lot of things that just flew across my docket, things that I've thought about talking about, or things that was going on in the news, or things that just came up on my timeline. I wanted to touch on it, And the next episode, it's going to be about something else. Not quite sure what it's going to be about. I am predicting the next episode is going to be about marriage. Go figure. Because I have some opinions on marriage. Especially somebody who's proposed to somebody before. So I'm probably going to go into more detail of that. I've already talked about that. But I'm going to talk about marriage and my idea about it. And if I would ever get married again. So that'll be on the next episode. Outside of that, I do want to thank all my supporters. Anyone that listens to me. Anyone that gives a fuck about what I'm talking about. Or is even interested in what I'm talking about. Thank you. Keep supporting me. Keep pushing me. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep giving y'all content. Keep giving y'all something to listen to. Whether y'all working at the gym, laying in your bed, ignoring your nigga, whatever you're doing, I'm going to be here talking to you about it. So, hope you have a good night. Stay tuned for more. And that's Robbie K on the Linkin with Robbie podcast. And on that note, I did enjoy myself talking to you today. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And if you did, come back next Wednesday. Every Wednesday after that. Tune in to what I got to say. And yeah, just keep linking with Robbie.